Okay, you guys, week two of The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I'm gonna go back and read the affirmations. Actually, I wrote down the ones that I really, really like. And then I made two that weren't a part of what she said, but she said you can go ahead and make your own as well. And just find the page. Okay, so I put, my dreams come from God and God has the power to accomplish them. Through the use of my creativity, I serve God. As I lean into my creativity, I become more available to romantic love. So the first two were made by Miss Julia, but that last one I wrote myself. This second week, as far as, adhering to everything that I'm supposed to do, according to Julia, has been good. A lot of reflections, a lot of validating memories and such. But this last one that I wrote, as I lean into my creativity, I become more available to romantic love. That's been heavy on my mind lately. I have shifted into this place where I want a connection that is more intentional and serious. I've always been an intentional and serious person, honestly. I've never had a real boyfriend, and it's not because I don't want one or, oh, I'm just so busy, even though that might be what I say just to get people to leave me alone about that question. But the truth more so is that I haven't found a person that it felt like it made sense to go that far with. You know what I mean? I've never been a person that is gonna try to force it, or I don't really fall in love easily. I don't know, maybe that's a Capricorn thing, but I am never oh, head over heels just at the beginning. I might feel the butterflies and stuff, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? But to jump in a relationship and say you're my boyfriend, no sir. So with that said, I've never done it. But now I'm less inclined to just doing things for the thrill and more I really, really want this to be intentional. I'm trying to meet my husband. What? It is ghetto out here. Everybody is coked up, drugged up, sexed out. It's just too much for me. It's overstimulating. I don't like walking into places and feeling like a piece of meat and everybody sniffing and looking and just hungry. It's just, oh, that's too much energy for me. And it really throws me off. It's very awkward. And although a bitch likes attention, don't get me wrong, I don't need all attention. Please, I'm good. So I wrote that because, funny enough, when I was talking to Chat about, where would I find the type of guys that are for me and blah, blah, it did bring up creative spaces such as studios or art galleries or open mic nights and, things of that sort. Places where people who really appreciate art would go. And it's duh, get your ass up. So it's basically, okay, get your ass up. Go perform, go sing, go mix, go mingle in intentional spaces, not just outside. When I first moved to Atlanta, it used to be okay, I should be outside because this is where you meet people. And there's some truth to that. But now it's I had to be intentional about the type of people I want to meet so that even beyond a lover, it's just a circle that reiterates and encourages the type of behaviors and the type of life that I'm moving into. That's where I'm at with it now. Even with work, before, when I first moved to Atlanta, I was working in a lot of clubbier nightlife kind of areas, And that was fun and everything. And I made money. But even now, the nightlife that I do work in, I still work part time at a cigar lounge. A cigar lounge. Like, that's a different type of vibe. It's a different energy. It's not bottle sections hopping on a table. Don, 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 don. And I like that too. Please don't get me wrong. I like that too. Sometimes. Sometimes. But I really like these places that chat told me to go to, like I said, art galleries, shows, just places where creative people will be, and it's not like a hyper sexualized or hyper um flashy, showy type of place. So that's something that I wrote down, because as I just do the things and go to the places that I would naturally thrive in anyway, I will find a partner for me. Um, so that was really validating. Trying to think what else. I will say it's been hard to honestly do like the artist date thing. I did it this week. I don't know. I'm conflicted, because she says you should have an intentional artist date every week. I will be honest in that the artist dates haven't been necessarily intentional. However, when they're intentional in the moment, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not days ahead thinking at this day, on this day, at this time, I'm doing my artist date. And the artist date is when you, like, literally it's a solo date, whether you go out to go eat, you go for a walk, you just dance, you just anything. It's a solo thing, though. It can't be, a collaborative effort. And I haven't intentionally put aside that time, but I've been granted that time and I use it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there's something to be said about intentionally doing it. So I think for next week, I'm going to make it like, okay, no, on this day, I have to do X, Y, and Z, and like adhere to that. Because the whole point, as I'm reading, the whole point is to become used to etching out time for yourself to be creative by yourself. So if I'm just allowing these little pockets of time to just appear, then it's not really intentional. Yep. So I guess I got to do that. um, but yeah, I think, what's so funny is that when I was praying to get this flight attending job, one of the things that I was looking forward to was the isolation. I'm naturally a very social person and I'm always ready to go out and do something. But the isolation that this job gives me is good for me, because then I can do with my time whatever I need to do, whether it's I want to write or I want to record. I bring my recording equipment with me. Or I want to go for a walk, just unbothered, solo, phone on, do not disturb, headphones on, or no headphones, just hear nature, whatever. So, it's a pros and cons. Like I've been doing my solo creative time, although the overnights or the layovers on this particular trip have not been that long, so I haven't done all the things I really want to do, but I'm making use of the time. And what other things am I realizing? She has the excerpting here where she's talking about her grandmother. I think it was her grandmother. Or was it her mom? It was a matriarch in the family, okay? And basically what she was saying was like, just being aware of where you are and the things around you is inspiration in itself. And so I have been doing a lot more of that. Like, Oh my gosh, when I was in San Diego, it was just so beautiful. And I'm just walking out there, just watching the sunlight sparkle on the water. I'm hearing the birds. I'm seeing the people walk past in their fitness outfits with their water bottles. You know, I'm looking at the rocks, the different sizes, the different angles, the different colors, the different plants. And I'm just like, wow, it feels good to be alive, you know? So I don't know. I'm just in a I just worked out too. Every time when I come back from the gym, I'm usually in a chill kind of vibe, almost like I was, you know, but that's how I feel right now. But I did get a good workout in. I've been taking care of my body. I've been taking care of my creative self. One of the things that I also did this week was write my future Grammy Award speech. I'm gonna read that to you guys right now. I actually wrote that last night. Let me see. I have to start with gratitude for the Most High. Thank you, God, for using me as a vessel. It is an honor to be used by you. Thank you to my team for constantly making my dreams a reality. Thank you, Dubroca, for taking a chance on me and providing a safe space for me to grow and experiment. Thank you to the beautiful island of Jamaica for the blood coursing through my family's veins. In a time where education is under attack, I want to make sure I publicly thank every teacher and professor that has ever poured into my gifts. Miss Nelson, Miss Shuitt, Carrie Ray, Stephanie Michaels, Lene Layfelt, Karen Sheridan, thank you. This is dedicated to arts education, women, and the gays. Yeah. Okay, that was the first time I read that out loud. That felt great. Yeah, that felt good. Yeah, man, what is there to say? I mean, all of those things really played a pivotal role in my growth as an artist. Being validated by people who are really good at what they do is a beautiful thing. Being mentored and taught by them is a privilege. And like I said before, not growing up in a super musical family, we were always hearing good music and dancing. That was more what we were doing. My mom loves to dance. My brothers love to dance. Like whenever we had parties at our house and we were usually the hosting house, we were dancing. Jamaican music nonstop. We dancing, whining. All of that was encouraged in the house. So I always had that aspect. But, you know, I don't have like a bunch of singers or instrumentalists in my family. And so being nurtured in that way by these acting coaches, vocal coaches, dance instructors, teachers, English teachers, validating my writing, like that really, really let me know that I have a gift. So if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be aware that I had the talent, you know? Or maybe it would have taken me a little longer. But yeah, this is week 2. Week 2 still feels good. It still feels good. I'm gonna go ahead and do some more pages right now as I go ahead and read week 3. And I will see y'all then.